Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to another SHARKNEWZ XTRA episode, as today will be part 4 on the quest to learn about every single Mythic Legions wave and figures that they released so far, leading all the way up to the latest reveals. And in today's episode, we're going to be going over the second Kickstarter, which was called Advent of Decay. So this was launched back in January of 2017, eventually becoming the most funded action figure campaign in Kickstarter history. Advent of Decay was also offered on sourcehorseman.com as 2 separate pre-orders. It says, this wave introduced an amazing 43 new figures into the line, along with 5 new weapon packs. This was the first Mythic Legions wave that featured extensive new tooling since the initial 1.0 release, which we talked about in part 1, and Advent of Decay, which is something also called 2.0, brought new slimmer characters into the line. These included female characters as well as elves and goblins. Now, if you haven't seen all the other parts so far, go ahead and check it out on the channel. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to give a like and subscribe, as the quest to the Mythic Legions roster is well on its way. So here we are with part 4 with the Advent of Decay. So here we go. So up first, we're going to be taking a look at, and again, I apologize if I botch any of these names. We have Artemyss Silverchord. Let's see here. So we got the biography. This is an elf. And looking at the characters, as I mentioned before, we're introduced to new female characters into the line. So this kind of gives me that whole Zelda Link vibes, which is really nice. It's got the greens, the golds, the purples, the antlers, and then you got like butterfly wings. That's pretty. They got some braids with some gold trims and stuff. Nice looking figure. Green pants with some gold shin guards with brown boots, and then the gauntlets as well, looking fairly accurate. I mean, even the elf ears, very nice. I don't know if there's more sculpting or coloring on the wings, but the weapons look great, and it looks like she's an archer as well with the bow and arrows. So that's very cool. I like that. Yeah, so even in this figure, we can see here that she is holding the weapons on the bottom, the other antlers as an arch. So that's very sick. Next, we have Azza Spiritbender. This, we don't know what the race is, but let's look at this one. Actually, we got a full shot. Okay, so we got a female in a hood. We got some new Aztec designs, good looking color schemes with the maroon purples and dark reds, and then the light blue skin tones with the nice staff or scepter. That looks really nice with some extra, very minimal accessories, but nothing too crazy there. The hood is definitely the make it deal, the deal breaker, or what do you call it? The the incentive, because anytime a female character comes with a hood, it's always a good thing. So that looks really nice. I mean, I like it. Very cool. It's a nice aesthetic to the character, simple but effective. And I love how it has white eyes too. It kind of gives it like that Mystique from X-Men vibes. Next, we have Balum, if I pronounce it right. And like they mentioned before, there's 43 characters in this wave, so we're going to kind of zip through as much as I can. Part of the race of the Jaguilian. So Jaguar. There you go. All right, so this character, so we've seen these armor designs as well, I believe, unless it's brand new, but the knight stuff, I think we've seen this prior, but it has a jaguar head, kind of gives you that King of Fighters character, or I'm sorry, the Tekken character. Nice staff with the little orb on top, and then the knight helmet piece. So imagine you're fighting this guy, and then he takes off the helmet, and you find out it's a freaking jaguar. That's sick. Otherwise, the head sculpt looks really nice. Good stuff. It's more realistic and grounded compared to like a fantasy style jaguar, but cool for what it is. Next, we have Barbarian Warrior. Okay. Very nice hammer. Ooh, alternate heads, helmet piece with more recovered ram horns. That looks sick. 2 alternate heads actually, so that's nice. Got an axe, the hammer. Kind of gives it like a Valkyrie style warrior. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I mean nothing too crazy here, but I like it. Very very minimal. In terms of like the clothing that she comes with, but it's all mostly just all in black, but very good sculpting. But I do love that extra helmet piece that she comes with. Next we have Boarrior. Boarrior. Like warrior, but a boar. That's sick. So of course it's a boar. Very nice. Hooves, reds and gunmetal grays with some bronze armor pieces, some scratches and dinks to show some battle damage. Nice hammer, extra weapons, and an axe. Wow, that looks pretty sick. I would probably get the animals over humans, just because anytime it's like anthropomorphic style characters, very awesome. Sick. He's got the little teeth, two teeth sticking out from the sides. Nice. Yeah, very nice. I think the waist piece is probably similar. We've seen that before retooling, but not a deal breaker. Let me see the face real quick. Yeah, so it has like slight shading in the skin or the fur. That looks nice. And got some silver trims on the bronze helmet as well. Very good shit. Good stuff. Bromdenn Ironjaw. Ooh, this guy is a dwarf. So we're back into the dwarfs. Look at that braided beard. Holy crap. Nice hair. A lot of hair everywhere. Good armor. He's got the red cape. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fan of the dwarfs either, but this is nice though. Good sculpting. Mythic Legions has always been known to create some really great sculpts for their figures, so this is a nice one to add into the collection for all the other dwarfs that we've seen in 1.0. So I like it. Oh, okay, so you can also have, oh, there we go. So you can use the knight armor pieces with the shield, hammer, and stuff. So very nice. Brother Mandibulus. It's a skeleton. All right. Back to the skeleton. Alternate head sculpt. Good warrior vibes. Swords. Good red and black armor pieces. Armor, shoulder guards, gauntlets. You can see the skeleton arm on the left right there. So the right arm is covered. Got some tattered bottom edges of the cloth piece, but that's still fine. And the horns, got one broken horn and one regular horn. Very cool. So someone definitely fought him and chopped it off. That's good storytelling. Next is Calavius, who is a human. What's a good photo to look at? Probably this one. All right, so another ram horn style alternate helmet piece. He's got like a trident or a pitchfork. Nice unique weapons and swords and a shield. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't know if it's can you remove the headpiece? Let me see what it looks like underneath. Perhaps you can, I'm sure. Maybe the description says you can. Does this photo show it? No, it doesn't. It says, yes, a gladiator helmet and Gorgo style helmet with black horn attack. Okay, so I don't know if you can remove it, but nice. Cavern Dwarf. Back again with the dwarfs. We got the all bronze armor with the black beard, different alternate heads or helmet pieces with the same hammers and shields. Nothing too crazy there, but a really good looking figure. Again, not a fan of dwarfs that much, but works. We're going to skip over the weapons pack and go straight to Delphia of Eathyross. Here we have, says human. So she's the female knight. Now I believe we have seen this design on the male figure, so they're giving us a female version of that with some arrows and got what do you call it? I forgot the name of the weapon, but it's got the arrows and stuff. That's really nice. Like not harpoon, but you know what I mean. Swords, very nice. Good alternate head sculpt with the hair to the sides. Good stuff. So let me look at this photo. Great detail on the head sculpt. Very, very nice. I like that. And you guys know I'm not too much a fan of the knights either, so it's fine. Next, we have a character just called Elf. So we got an elf with gold plates, and it looks like a brand new tooling. Good looking, like Zelda-esque style figures with like the cloth piece on the waist, and then the spear, and then you got the more arrows. So a lot of these characters are like archers, so that's nice. Got three alternate head sculpts. Very cool. So you can definitely army build these. That's nice. Army building is always a great option to have in the line. And I love how he's just called Elf. Then we got Elf Ranger. Yes, this definitely looks Zelda inspired Link character. With the greens, arrows, swords, daggers, browns, the hood. Very nice. Yeah. This is very cool. Kind of gives you that whole, what's the show? Man, my brain is blanking out right now. But otherwise, the detail on the torso all looks freaking amazing. Like Lord of the Rings style character. But anytime you see like these kinds of archer characters with like browns and greens and golds and bronze colors, and plus with like blonde hair, always makes it to look like a well worth character. And then here we have him without the hood. That's sick. Very nice detail, even on the belt. Next we have Faunus, if I hopefully pronounced that right. Ooh, look at that. Body aside, that head sculpt is the highlight here. Very nice head sculpt with like the antlers, or unless there's another name for it, with the scepter too, with the orb on top. Shield is nice. I love the oranges and browns and the subtle like olive greenish colors. That's really, really cool. That's really cool. I like this one. I would probably, and it got hooves too. Good stuff. Next, we got Freyja of Deadhall. Let's look at this one. Okay, she looks pretty good. Kind of looks like she came from the Thor era with the winged helmet, shield. It's got like fur on the shoulders. But yeah, pretty decent. More standard, but very nice looking figure. Nothing too crazy to say there. Gadriel. Nice. Okay, so I think we've seen the wings on this character before, but it's another knight, but it's a female character with the purples and whites. Very cool. I think the wings are new, actually. It looks very reminiscent to one of the other characters from the bird line of the wave, but golds look very nice. Good looking detail. Hammer, helmet, very, very nice. Do we have one? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, she's got a scratch on her left eye. Very nice. Yeah, it's good. Purples, golds, all contrast as well. Very good. Now we have a character that's just named Goblin. That's funny. Okay. Nice head sculpt, good ears, greens. We got the very, very nice detailed armor pieces. Nice intricate sculpting there from the shin guards all the way to the boots and in the gauntlets. Nice little scratches on the swords and stuff. That's really, really cool. And you got like spikes on the collar pieces too. Very cool. Light green eyes with the like ogre style teeth. Very, very cool. I like this one. You don't really see goblins too much these days. Gonxx is the next character. Okay, like let's take a look at this one. So it looks like he has that same stature of the previous character we just talked about, but he has like a ball and chain with spikes, swords, hammer. You can see the ears peeping through with the more rustic armor pieces. So that's very nice detail right there. I like that. Okay, so pretty good. Pretty good. So it's like Good reuse of previous figures. Just oh no, so the ears are different. Sorry, I thought it was the same as the Goblin. Different. My bad. My apologies. Um, Next we have Gryshaa of Slytherer. Gryshaa the Slytherer. Wow. Reds and purples and some pinks with some nice intricate swords and a spear. This is interesting. I don't really know what I'm looking at in terms of the head sculpt, but that's wow. Let me see this photo right here. All right, some very nice detailing. It kind of has like a Minar style head sculpt by the top. Kind of gives like Aladdin vibes. Very cool. Good sculpting there by the gauntlets. Some golden pins on the purples and reds. Good circular torso piece. Nice. I love that head sculpt though. I couldn't tell from far away, but now I look at it, that's like a nice little dome, like Egyptian style dome. Very cool. Gwendolynne Heavensbrand. Gwendolynne has purplish red feathers. Ooh, look at that alternate head sculpt. Gold armor with purple trims. Very, very nice. Good shield. Okay, so we got some badass female knights into this line. Let me see her head sculpt, or her hair actually. Ooh, that looks nice. I think it's the same hair because the other one was like black hair. This one's like more brownish, so brunette. But very, very nice. Hagnon. What the heck is this? Hagnon is a ghost. Okay, so we got a ghost. This ghost got a ball and chain, alternate head sculpts with a knight. So it's I guess it used to be a knight. Now it's just a knight that's a ghost. So, okay. Pretty decent. Very spooky head sculpt with the giant white eyes. So I think we have a skeleton there, but I can't tell if it's a human. I mean, skeleton is human, but maybe it could have been a different character for that matter. Wow, that's kind of spooky. And I love how it's translucent too. That's good stuff. Herra Serpenspire. Ooh. Okay, I see where they were going with this one. Serpent styles all over the staff. Also the hair piece. That's nice. Good white eyes. Purples and greens with like the sandy skin tones with the white Aztec style color schemes or like war paint. Let me see this angle. Okay, it's light blue. Sorry, it's not white. Ooh, you can even see some more detail of the light blues with the gold trims. That's nice. Look at that long hair too. And I'm pretty sure it's a serpent spiraling around her hair. And you see that she even has like a tiara with a snake on top. That's crazy. Wow. I like this one, Herra Serpenspire. Iron Knight. Okay. So silvers, gunmetal grays, nothing too crazy there. His head is mostly covered, like in this photo. Not bad, but I'm not really a fan of it either. Jjuno the Crusher, or Jjuno. Let's look at this one here. Okay, got a blue face war paint on the left eye. Got some cloth pieces on the waist, and then some gauntlets and browns and bronzes with the hammer we've seen multiple times with one shoulder pad or shoulder armor piece with the axe. Nice red hair. And I love how the orb on the belt is like gradient colors of yellow and green. So that's pretty good. King Noglin. Alright, it's a goblin, but we can assume it's the king. Alright, very nice. So to get like a king goblin, that's pretty sick if you're collecting all these. So I like how they're expanding the story with giving us like kings and rulers for the army builders, which definitely adds a lot more for storytelling. Cloth cape, very nice. Greens, the ears. I love that helmet. I think it's a new waist piece though, with the strap thing, the armor piece floating down, so that looks nice. Good little staff with the ball and spikes. Wait, there was one that came with an alternate head. Never mind, same photo. Night Builder. All right, so ooh. All right, so this guy comes loaded with a lot of accessories, alternate helmets, the I forgot the name of that weapon, but mace is it? But yeah, cool looking. 2 alternate helmet pieces, 2 shields, all these additional weapons. Wow. Let me see that head sculpt. Okay, pretty decent, pretty decent. A lot of knights going on here. So again, if knights, and I love how it's like dirty from the bottom, so it's definitely got some wear and tear to it. So that's good. And it has like kind of like the tealish colors on the silvers on the bottom of the gold trims. So that's really, really nice. Good looking sculpts and details though. So if you're army building the knights, then there's a lot of characters. Knubnik. All right, so we got another goblin here. Is it goblin? Let me make sure. Yep, another goblin with the reds and grays. Very cool. Nothing too crazy here, but you know, again, the goblin's got the little arrow spike on the top of the helmet piece with the red belt, and then nice stylized boots. Good armor shoulder pads with the yellow eyes. Very nice. Lord Aydon. Oof, we're back to the wood elf. Okay. The elf of wood. Let's look at this one. That's nice. Okay. Little similar pieces here and there, but very, very cool. So would I rather get this one or the other one? The one that looks like Link? This one is pretty cool. But oh my god, you can even see some more browns and blues underneath the shoulder pads or the shoulder armor pieces, and like black clips and more intricate details by the waist. Some nice like shading within the crevices. Wow. Look at the belt. He has like different multiple buckles and other stuff underneath too. Dear Lord, that's a lot of detail. Okay. See, you have to look at these up close, and then I'm probably not doing it justice, but there's a lot of figures, like 34 of these. Holy crap. Lucretia. This is a vampire. Okay, so we got another vampire. We've seen a vampire before in Series 1.0. So we got a female vampire, very reminiscent to the male version, so nothing too new here, but now we got a male and female vampires, so the same color schemes. Very, very nice. Good stuff. Malachi Cinderhorn. Ooh. Wowzer. So they're utilizing a lot of the same torso pieces and belts with the flaps or like the waist pieces, but some of the shoulder pieces and gauntlets and even the shin guards are like looks new to me. Good head sculpts though. Nice staff. Good looking facial expressions with the white eyes and the 2 horns. This is a good one to get. I like this one. He's a shadow elf. Ooh, okay. So we got villains to the elves now. Okay, so even if you read the biography, it goes more in depth, but yeah, I'm learning as I go, like first appearance wise. Morgolyth. We got a skeleton. So apparently it also says she was a princess. Wow. So imagine having a skeleton army, but then also doing the princess of this too. That's insane. Good storytelling. Oh man. So they're really expanding the skeleton storyline too. Nice headpiece. Yeah, arms, all that looks very good. Myria Goldenbranch. Whisperling Defender. I don't know what that really means, but okay. So like a female elf. Nice olive greens with the blues. Nice looking head sculpt. Okay, very nice. I like this one. So a lot of expansions of the elf storylines, which is really cool. Kind of looks like Mira from DC. Ooh, we got an orc. This is a soldier. So, okay, so I guess it's a female orcs. Holy shit. We got female orcs now. That looks very nice. I think we've seen this armor before. I could be wrong, but okay, so we got male orcs and now we got female orcs, so that's great. So they did emphasize that there's a lot of females within this line, so that's good. You can never have too many females, especially like higher arced troopers. Queen Urkzaa. She's okay, so we have a queen orc. That's badass. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. I meant staff. Good stuff. Minimal designs, but I do like that head sculpt with the teeth and stuff, the yellow eyes and then the braided hair. So like, oh, the skull that's tying her hair back, that looks really, really nice. Very small details that you don't really notice until you see after. You just like zoom in on photos and stuff. Let me just look at the back. Good braids. Look at that dagger. It's like wooden or bone style. Very nice. Braided hair looks sick. Ravaena. Ooh. She's a human relic hunter. Okay, so we got a relic hunter. Nice hood. Good torso piece with the blues and silvers, light blues. Nice weapons and accessories. More arching with the bow and arrows. Very, very nice. I think that's a lamp. But yeah, I love that hood. Good golds and bronze on the piece as well. I like that. Good figure, good figure. Okay, we got another shadow elf coming. We'll take a look at this one. That looks nice. Gold. Oh, we got some purples, maroons, and oranges with the blue shields. Ooh, you got the elf helmet too. So you can definitely army build these to fight with the other elves because these are shadow elves. So that's nice. Good looking sword there. Just want to take a look at this head sculpt. I think the helmet could have had a little bit more coloring, but I think that's okay because you don't want to have too much coloring to go against the whatever details you have in the torsos, but that's nice. Skeleton soldier. I believe this looks like a female. I mean, it's got long dreads or long blonde hair, so it could be female. Must be a female. It is a female if you look at the torso piece. Okay. All right, so we got a female warrior now, or like female skeleton. Look at all that rust on the armor pieces with like the silver wash on the gunmetal grays. Some nice detail on the torso and the neck piece, even going with the browns. You can see oranges near like the belly or abdomen of the figure. That's sick. Good skeleton textures as well. Yeah, very nice. Snag. Snag is a goblin. So we're back to goblins now. Blue helmet pieces, long nose, green ears, very nice. Very standard-esque torso and legs and stuff. We've seen some of this before. Good weapons, all that. Looking nice. Okay. Actually, I want to see the nose of this guy. Very interesting schnoz. That's good stuff with the yellow eyes, teeth, and it's got the stitching of the oranges on top of the blue hood. Very nice. I love how small little coloring can go a long way with having blues that contrast as well against the light greens. Steel Knight. All right, so we got back to the knights, but as standard and generic as it gets. So there's nothing on the shield, but good enough. Don't care too much for knights, though. Thistlethorn. The hell is this? Wait, I want to know what the heck is this guy. He's a woodland goblin, fuzz monk. That's funny. He doesn't look like a goblin to me. Oranges and green armor pieces. Ooh, the double staff sword blades. I mean, wow. That looks sick. Let me see his head sculpt. Interesting little creature. I can see he kind of looks like the Yoda of the heroes, I suppose. That little furry kind of creature. Interesting. Nice detailing on the shoulder pieces though. And you can see some scratches and nicks and dings on the armor pieces. So this guy's fighting. All right, he's kicking some ass. That's really cool. All right, we got another vampire. The vampire soldier, for that matter. Wow. Not that many accessories, but let me see the detail on the face. I mean, a lot of detail on the torsos, that's for sure. Purple hair pieces, that looks really nice with the blacks. Black shading on the hair. Kind of looks like feathers, but is it feathers? Looks like feathers. That's interesting. So what is this? It's a vampire soldier. Interesting. Okay, so we have the male vampire, the female vampire, and now female vampire soldiers. Okay, so they're building that. Okay, so now we got the vampire knights. Okay, so they're establishing the vampire army here. So we got the vampire male, vampire queen, the vampire female soldier, and now the vampire male knights. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Nice purples, the ears. I think we've seen this head sculpt before, similar torsos. That's a really nice head sculpt. You can see like the pinkish hues by the eyes. That's really nice. Kind of scary. I wonder if they had like an open mouth. They're all just closed, so that kind of unfortunate. Okay, yeah, looks nice. Zarya, sorry. She's a demon spellcaster, very similar to Series 1.0, but those were, I guess, male figures, so now we got a female demon in the reds and oranges. That looks very cool. Oh, look at the wash on the bottom of the cloth piece. That looks very cool with the silvers and gunmetal armor pieces. Scepters of the purple stones or orb. I love how it like gradients from the yellows to the oranges and reds by the headpiece. Got a long black ponytail, but you can also see there's like a gradients of blues by the bottom that, you know, heads towards the black hair. Very nice. That's a nice looking figure. So you can see your hair a little bit better. And last but not least, Xylona. Or Xylona. It's the Elder Frost Deer. It's a god. This is a god. Holy shit. A deer god. Look at those antlers. So it's a female deer god. Wow. Got them arrows, the arching, bone arrows, the bow, or whatever. Very cool. Interesting. Okay. Not bad. There's only one photo, but an elder god, frost deer god. Wow. That's crazy. I like it. Let me just look at that one more time. Yeah, she can go really well with the elves and then do like the battle. I wonder who the main villain is of this line though. All right, so that basically concludes Wave 2, which is the second Kickstarter of Mythic Legions that was released in 2017. So, how much is it? 43 new figures. Holy shit. That is a lot. So, part 5, we will continue the quest of Mythic Legions as we're literally just getting started. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching what your favorite character is, and I'll talk to you all in part 5.